All I've ever done is love you and protect you. Loving and protecting, that's what families do. That's how families survive together. But somehow the two of you have decided that I'm the villain in this. So, congratulate yourselves. You seem to have been right all along.
Was I? Was I right?
Yes. I did it. I murdered Rose D'Angelo. Confession.
Rosanna, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Of course. You call me whenever you need me, anytime, okay?
Mom, I don't want you to say another word. It's okay, honey. No, listen to me. I'm going to call a lawyer. I don't need a lawyer. All right. But thank you. It's wonderful to know that I have your support after what I just admitted. Hal, I would like my children to stay here while I make my statement. I'm only going to tell this story once.
But it counts.
Please. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I can't do this right now.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
No, I doubt it. No, look, you have to listen to me, all right? Lily, you have to know that Barbara is at the police station right now confessing to Rose's murder.
Miss Ryan, describe, if you would, your relationship to the deceased Rose D'Angelo.
My relationship? She was an albatross, a user, a spoiler, an opportunist. I hated her on first sight. No, that's not quite true. She looked too much like her sister to hate her on first sight. Unfortunately, that was the only resemblance. Rose D'Angelo was a vulgar, scheming, uneducated bore. Rose D'Angelo wanted to marry my son to elevate herself. And I was bound to never let that happen.
So Paul was going to marry Rose, and that would have made you her mother-in-law, yes?
Yes.
If you could tell us what you did, Barbara.
What I did? It's what she did. I tried to persuade her.
Let's
I
keep
tried
your
to reason with her.
statement for the last few weeks.
I just want to be very clear here, all right? I had my reasons. If Rose D'Angelo had married my son, she would have destroyed my family. She wanted my son all to herself, and that's why she came to you about the spray paint. Don't you see? We were just trying to show you that moving away was destroying Will, hurting your family. But she twisted it all around. And that's when I knew I had no choice. I even warned her. You were there, Hal.
You think I'm afraid of you? You're too pathetic to be afraid of.
Huh. Oh, you'd better be afraid. Because I'll tell you what, you have crossed me for the last time.
All right, enough, Barbara. Haven't you done enough?
Why are you?
Is that when you hired the hitman?
Yes. I knew she had to go.
But Rose wasn't killed by a hitman?
No. No, I called it off. I realized that what Rose and I had was, it was too personal. I had to see it through myself.
It's gonna be okay. Yeah, you're gonna marry Paul. You're gonna move to Paris and have a brand new life.
So, the day of the wedding, you went to the church disguised as a nun carrying a revolver.
What?
None. Seriously?
It worked. I got in. And then all I had to do was wait for Rose to be alone. And then I pulled out the gun. But you stopped me, didn't you, Hal?
You're going to commit murder now. In a church. What in the name of God have you become, Barbara? The gun wasn't loaded.
No. There was no need. I'd already killed her. It was just so simple. That was the beauty of it. Mouthwash. Of all things. Mouthwash.
Are you sure that nobody saw you come in here? Or leave my suite at the Lakeview, for that matter?
Relax. I was slipping in and out of places before you were born. You got anything better? I like single malt.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Next time, leave a note.
Excuse me?
You left while I was in the John.
Yeah, no kidding. I needed some fresh air.
Explain something to me. Why would a beautiful young woman who has a great apartment, all the money in the world, a good business, why would she have trouble sleeping?
I am used to living alone, Annabelle.
Nope.
You were watching championship billiards at 3 in the morning.
That's when it's on.
Yeah, well, it was a little loud, okay?
My girl won. You want me to stuff a pillow in my mouth?
For starters.
Let me tell you something. You're not exactly what I would call a gracious hostess. See, I mean it. Now, you can have all the money in the world. You don't have manners, you're as low as they come.
Where'd you get that coat?
The closet?
Oh, my God, that is my coat. That is my scarf. What?
You don't want me to be recognized, do you, wearing your coat?
That's it. I took you in as a favor to Craig.
Looks to me like he was doing a favor in
Well,
return.
you know what? It's not worth it, okay? Either you go or I do.
Fine. You want to spend the night here? I'm not going to argue with you.
I pay off Mitzi and pay back the money in plenty of time.
Houston, we have a problem.
You'd have a bigger problem if this was Rosanna.
Only guilty people answer their phones in the middle of the night.
Or parents. So what's the problem?
Fettle. She's gotta go.
We have a deal.
Yeah, well, I'm breaking it, okay? She's wearing my clothes, following me around, stinking up my house.
Lily home? No, Lily's at the court at Barbara Ryan's hearing.
Right. I'm having a little trouble getting into Rosie's place, so I was hoping she could open it up for me.
Well, you can't get in because Holden changed the locks.
Oh, it's a good idea. Everything's happening lately, you know. Better safe than sorry. Would there happen to be an extra key? Because I'm a little chilly out here.
See, maybe I didn't make myself clear. Holden changed the locks because of you.
As soon as Barbara's confession is admitted into the record, I'm going to follow up on having those charges dropped against you.
It's still not too late to have your confession thrown out. Given your history, I could make a case for mental instability.
I don't want my confession thrown out. I just want you to get the lightest sentence possible.
All right, it's your money.
You think that the evidence that you have is going to put Barbara's confession in doubt?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Your Honor, may I approach?
What's he doing?
I'm not sure.
Here we go.
Based on new evidence that has just come to my attention, the state requests a stay in entering Barbara Ryan's plea of guilty into the record.
I'm unaware of any new evidence in this case, Your Honor.
I was unaware of it myself, Your Honor, but this evidence is critical.
And the nature of this invaluable information?
It points to a new suspect in the killing of Rose D'Angelo.
Something about computer files.
I don't understand. Barbara's free to go?
No, she's still under arrest. I'm going to find out what's going on here.
So what do you think now?
About Tom's papers? I'll have to see him first.
About Mitzi as the killer.
I thought you were over